The organ music is a playing. And Alpha No, standing in front of my pompous ass. I don't know any other way to refer to it as me looking as swaggery as I could. But, you know, one cannot say that I am not a happy-go-lucky fellow. But, without further ado, get her on rocking over here. Oh, you stepped on my peanuts! The best kind of peanuts. The peanuts. Good morning, Y2 Cloud. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with Final Fantasy 14. The online sensation. And it's like the camera moves with me. It's great. Good morning. You work today? You working today? Throwing in a day? Girth Boy. Fallout Girth Boy. What am I missing? Some type of event going on? Making sure the fingers are a fingin'. Alpha, what do we got here today? On support till 11. And then that's it? Or like, then you do some other gig past 11. Then back on the phones. It is what it unfortunately is. And though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in the common cause. Sir Armored was more than ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated, and I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. Hello, people, indeed, Wolfslayer. Good morning to you, sir. How are you feeling today? I hopefully a little bit better, not worse. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Through the Lord Commander was long campaign for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders. I suspect this softening of the Holy Sea's attitudes towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Progressively better, certainly getting there. We know, and then it's upcoming on the weekend, and of course, if your body knows what's up, it will just hit you with a bunch of shit, and you'll be ill again for the long weekend. Making noise. You got Gunbreaker and Red Mage the other day. Have you really dived on into a lot of either or you just sort of feeling them out and just got them, right? Committed to the cause. We're ready to begin preparations for war. Is there a game that I'm currently not playing that isn't involved in war in another way, shape, or form? Not really, because it keeps crashing. It's weird that it just keeps crashing. You played the Square Enix knows. You updated drivers and quit OneDrive. People use OneDrive? I'm never a fan of updating drivers to the newest driver. I hate that. Like, there was, I guess because it was on my comp when I booted up. We'll set that to stop booting up. Jesus Christ. I don't even think the CEO of Microsoft uses OneDrive. If we are to aid in the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the Ascendant. Reinstalled game and now it's updating. You had to reinstall? Jesus Christ. That's a lot. How am I saying this again? Coerthus? Remember when I tried to say cicadas? It would just close after I logged in. Square Enix no longer wants your money, sir. That's what's up. The rising stones of Ravenant's Toll. Some people say that. I think in game they say Curthus. Curthus sounds better. Sounds like something I could actually say. You know, instead of me just trying to fail miserably every goddamn time. Look, I love you having around me there, Midgardsmer, but, you know, how about at only certain times that you come out, okay? And you share your wisdom with me. We need to speak with the hot girl named Menphilia, because she's got a new staff to take care of. I feel if we make a really good effort at this today, I'm hoping, you know, that's why I got right into it, you know, right into it. You know, no messing around. Right into the game. There may be some talk, some rants. You never know. You can't be sure around these parts with me streaming, of course, but
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
I'm so used to having my air conditioner on. I was like, what the hell?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
You know, there's one thing that Alphino never has to worry about, and that's if he did choose to wear glasses, they would never fall off. Never.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
Now, is the reference of Nidhogg one dragon or the culmination of all of the dragons?
All those people.
Because like they were referencing like that as being one big bad dragon, the guy with the eyes, right? He's one dragon, okay. But I guess like he could be like, he probably controls smaller dragons, right?
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go.
Dragons command respect by power and age. Nidhogg is described as one of the great worms that has waged war on Ishgard for 1,000 years. And that's not a metaphor. It's literally been 1,000 years of war. So he survived relatively easily when the calamity happened. He just was vibing.
The path we now embark upon is perilous. But I pray you will walk with us to the end.
God damn it. I was asking him not to nod and he nodded.
For those we have lost. For those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Alafel's walk's so weird. It's like they have no knees. I still think there's something up with him. Maybe I'm just, you know, the lack of, you know, with everything going on, lack of information. But when we were in that cave, and it, you know, I heard the commotion, and then it's him and then a dead guy, and then he said like, oh yeah, the guy ran off. I have this weird inclination that he was the one that killed or knocked out that other guy with him. I don't have anything to base that off of, but just like that's like the vibe I get. Benfilia would have you assist with the preparations being made for the defense of Ishgard. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be hand-on to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alpha No. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I would have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you can for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthis, and it is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Pray brief Slathborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way as our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. And before you leave, I would suggest that you have Tatsuru accompany you. She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Now you want me to walk around with a Lalafell? I guess. I gotta say, Novice Chad is really just out there today, talking about gravy, 9-inch penises. They're all out there today. Still mad that Ishgard got away with helping no one and receiving everyone's help in return. It's almost very much similar to in real life, though, right? Well, like, everyone hates everyone, and then it's like, hey, America, can you help us, please? We need your guns, but we're still gonna hate you, right? I mean, I can't say that about Canada. We try to help people, but we just usually help with money, and even then, people don't want our monopoly money. But well, we are rather close to Kurthis, aren't we? Best to see our own defenses and take stock of our own supplies. We're also going to need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for eventuality, so let's go, Bastion. I've got 101 things to discuss with Slathborn. This is proper MMO territory right here. The proper let's go do fetch quests. You know, gone are the days of slaying 6 squirrels. The true, can you get this for me, has reared its ugly head. Appreciate the warning. War's coming to Kurthis, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is, of course, ready and free to do as they will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf. You might try your luck here around Revenant's Toll. I dare say that there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Like Tatsuru? Well, let's get down and let's get started. Emmeric's entire position was, let us all die then. I'm sure your borders will... I mean, to be fair though, he's not wrong, right? Like, our hands are sort of tied. Like, because if Ishgard falls, they know that they're coming here and they're just going to keep coming everywhere, right? Like, that would be my guess. So he's not wrong. So he's put us in a sticky situation, if you will. Well, spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts, and they tell me to stay away well from Ishgard. 0 for 1. He's not, but Ishgard is almost abusing the circumstances to get away with what they want with no commitment on their end. So, I remember the cutscene sort of when this was sort of taking off with the really, really old guy that looked like the Pope. And it looked like he had tons and tons of guards at his beckoning, his calling, if you will. Where are they? Like we haven't even had a conversation with them. I think we went there briefly, but we're told that we couldn't cross into the gates or something. So that was weird. Fighting dragons, presumably. Yeah, probably good call. This card sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from the Little Alamigo and the one name of Willard was there on the 4th day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, have ye? Nope. God damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him, and it's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Willard stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ulda. And now, of course, half the brave suspect the lad making off with the goods. Folk like that to believe our company's disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of it all. And that ain't a steady pay. Now, compared to most others in the crew, Willard's a fresh-faced novice and bleeding whelp against wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guard of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. Then there's just between you and me, mind you, but the fact that the lad wanted to tell you something queer and he noticed up in the ledgers. Something about the Braves numbers not adding up. There's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet you me a good eye it ain't young Willard. Anyway, I got a war to rage, and let's get you on. I just thought someone should know. So I'll be seeing you. See you later. So, his conversation is again making me think about Ilberd? What's his name? We can't put our finger on it as to who it is. Why is this game full of backstabbing jackasses? Everyone's out to get theirs. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Not sure I like the sound of the siege. The nobles will surely be generous with rewards, but I pledge myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work, though. And what to do. You have no idea. I don't think we're recruiting any members. Oh, you expect me to take the stairs? How on earth would I get up there? I mean, I know I could get up there via Chocobo. Curious to see how we would get down. Sell me blade to the Asgardians? Wow, them dragons are fearsome, but I'd slay my fair share if the coin was good. I've worked with them knights before, you know, watched them over like a bloody hockey still, but still put up worth with a heavy purse. You're good. Okay then. How far do you want me to go before I realize that there's no stairs here? Whee! Ow. There you are, in the diamond forge, sitting by a fire. You must be cold. Tits are out, eh? Dragons claim the lives of every one of their brothers, and I don't mean to offer them mine. Was to escape such a fate, I took up the mantle adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. I don't think we really came out winning here. Getting many recruits, unfortunately. You got a busy day today there, Wolf Slayer? Full of meetings and whatnot, or relatively easy day again? I mean, I don't want to say easy. I mean, you know, work is work, but... Well, did we sway any hearts? Not many meetings to my knowledge, but work to do. One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slothborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen Clankin Knights at least. Really wish I didn't, to be honest. I need more rest. Yeah, like we were talking yesterday, right? Like that really sucks that, like, unfortunately, if you're just not feeling well, you still, you know, like, I guess I'm trying to think of, like, is the option, like, just not being paid, I would assume? Like, like most people, I guess. Like, I mean, you know, if you're sick, you're sick. But I mean, like, you know, it sucks to lose, you know, I'm assuming a fair amount of coin, obviously. So, you know, it's like, you know, it's best if you can at least put in some type of work, I guess. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I've been caught up recruiting and I almost forgot. There's been word from Alpha Node. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight. They've requested my presence. Anyways, best make your way to Ul'dah. You'll be late. Alpha Node said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Alright then. Can handle that. Yeah, it's unfortunate in this day and age where we can't still figure out, like, you know, a happy worker is a good worker, and you know, and sometimes that means, you know, they're gonna have some sick time off, or whatever. I'm gonna buy a pet. I haven't done that in a little bit, so I'm gonna go off to the markets before we go off to the Hustings Strip. I believe we're heading this way. Coffee. It is about 25 minutes. I always forget I have it. But it's also perfect drinking temperature. I guess I could have just taken that teleport to the markets. I almost was gonna lose my mind this morning because yet again Microsoft did another update, and then my mouse did not want to update to with the Corsair IQ thing, which I hate, but I have no other way of loading up my settings the way I want them, so I guess that's just the way it is. Sad thing is, literally every study done on the subject concludes that policies like unlimited sick leave, 32-day work weeks, I think you meant hours, pretty much anything that benefits workers improves company bottom lines. I'm the same way too. I get 1 paid sick day per month up to 10. See, that's not terrible. So you essentially have 10 sick days for the calendar year. That's not terrible. Fair conditions improve factors across the board for everyone. Workers. Oh, you earn 1 per month. Wait, so every year you go back to having 0, and then for every month you work, you get 1? So if I'm sick for 3 days, 1 is paid, the other half to be unpaid. Or let's say that you're in March. So you've worked January, February, okay, let's say April. Make it easy. January, February, March. So you're sick for 3 days in April. You couldn't get 3 days paid? You just get that 1 per month? See, this is, if this is the way I'm thinking, that's even stupider, because then why wouldn't you take, oh, you can, okay, you've banked them. I was just to say, then why wouldn't you just take 1 paid, like, I mean, you know, you never want to not be sick. But I mean, oh my God, I was sitting there thinking, like, then why wouldn't everyone just take 1 day off of fucking... But then if you get sick and... Oh, that is so stupid. That is so stupid. Yeah. I every once in a while, like, you know, sometimes I go on and I'm not too happy, you know, but, you know, I count my blessings, how lucky I am to for the job I have, because I truly have some benefits that are not that everyone else has, you know. I mean, to just be paid of, although I guess salary perks, I guess that might be the way it works. I don't know if everyone's salary wise, like Wolfslayer, if you were salary, would you be paid for your work days like I am? I don't know. I don't know how it works in America. But what's gonna tickle my fancy here? Something. How about this guy? I have a feeling a wind-up Toneberry is gonna be expensive. 47,000. What a tiny bulb. 1,500. Started job in November. If that were the policy, I'd be off this whole. Yeah, that is unfortunate. All right. We're going off to the hustings strips. Workers' right. They're not much better in Canada, to be honest. We also have that thing of at will. The only thing that I am unaware of, like at least in Ontario where I live, so you can get fired for any reason. You know, it doesn't matter, just as long as it's not like discriminatory, like for your age, your sex, those types of things. Religion, I think, is another one of them. I'm not honestly sure. But if they do get rid of you, they have to give you severance. So like, I don't know if that's a thing in the States of like, sure, like they can fire you for it, but if they can fire you for whatever reason and not have to pay you severance, then obviously that's a really shitty deal. But you know, obviously, where I'm in Ontario, like if they want to get rid of you, they can, but it's also going to cost them a fair amount of money depending on how long you've been working for. So obviously, you know, there's a dollar value to that, right? So to the hustings strip we go. I've only heard of one time when someone I know got severance for being let go. So it's probably not the ordinary. It's probably a nice thing to do, but it's probably not legally obligated or something, right? That's always what I hear on the radio is a lawyer about severance pay, and you know, you can go to the government, but they just make sure that you get what you're legally entitled to, but usually people are entitled to a lot more. But you know, they get thrown into a room where they're getting fired or laid off, and they get, okay, sign this piece of paper, otherwise, you know, everything goes away and you're not going to get a penny from us. And you know, everyone's like all flustered and worried, and they end up signing their life away and they get nothing out of it. But I've always been led to believe, don't sign a thing, right? At will makes discrimination laws a joke. An employer in the U.S. could easily fire someone for being black and say the company is reorganizing or the employee was overqualified. Right, like only. I hate to say this, but only a stupid employer would fire someone, you know, for discriminationary reasons, right? Like that would be them not thinking, because, you know, you could argue that they want to fire someone for that reason, which is terrible. But, you know, like, just come up with another excuse, right? And then it's over easy, right? You know, then you have to fight that, like, no, they actually fought me for a discriminatory reason, but they did. Oh, it's unfortunate that the worker would have to fight for that, unfortunately. Well, my apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I hope to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within, so let's join them, shall we? Ooh, I have a seat at the table here.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
So just so I'm crystal clear. So it sounded like Alpha Note said like everyone was like agreeing to help Ishgard. And just so I'm trying to remember, so the previous time everyone else wasn't seated at the table, the previous time that everyone was at the table, Ulda was voting whether or not to take the refugees, correct? And they voted not to. And then we were in a point where the Queen was making a decision to dissolve. That was purely an old improv. Okay. And then she was making the decision to dissolve the monetarists and the other one, which was that little Lalafell with the creepy looking mustache. I don't know if that's, you know, all we got was known was that she was looking at doing that, you know, a strike of her pen. They were addressing the Gaius problem, and so now there's a lot of political problems happening. So now we're discussing as a whole The Ishgard dilemma. Okay. You believe the US should be like Canada in that way? If you lay someone off and your business hasn't folded entirely, you owe them a minimum of 3 months salary and severance. Yeah, that would be really nice. I saw all the actions of the Reg Mage as soon as I got it and looked at them, and I seemed to... I want to say I agree with you on that Y2 Cloud. I don't know if Dawn Trail is looking at fixing this in the next expansion. I really feel, and World of Warcraft sort of had this problem, and then they had to address it the same way. You get too many abilities, and especially like when you start something at like level 50, when you see like your hotbar just fill up with 9 things, and you just started the class, you're like, oh, like, what am I all supposed to do there, right? Like, I'm not saying like everything should be a simple 3-button rotation, but you know, don't be throwing things at people like that. Like, I think it may be a good reset of looking at every class and maybe resetting a few things so that it's not so convoluted would be good to do. I don't know if they've already done that, or if it's in the works, or if it's not a problem at all. There were 2 bars, one for white magic and one for black magic, and then there was something about colors. Yeah. Last unofficial meeting was in Nanamo's room, the meeting you're... Okay, yes, thank you.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Yeah, I don't know, Cloud, if you've played, I don't know if you've played Thaumaturge or Black Mage, if you will, but they're sort of similar. Like, so for Black Mage or Thaumaturge, you're always casting black magic. Like, let's just say, like, you'd be throwing, you're doing fire, 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 and then you run out of mana. So I can't remember the button you have to hit, but you hit a button, and it resets it back so that you can use ice once, and then it resets your MP, and then you can go back. So it's like fire, 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 ice, fire, 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 ice, fire, 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 ice, and it always resets your MP. Oh, that doesn't sound too bad for a basic rotation. Jolt, Thunder, Jolt, Stone. But see, if he didn't know that and he just sees 9 things on his hotbar, he'd be like, well, what the fuck? Swap Thunder and Stone, it doesn't matter. What matters is alternating between white and black.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
I sort of wish, and I understand why they don't do it, but I really wish a lot of the new classes started at level 1. I know Wolfslayer doesn't agree with that, but I would much prefer of starting at level 1 and earning your stuff along the lines. But I get, like, you know, it's exciting to start at level 50 because you can get into the stuff, and probably nobody wants to do the level 1 stuff. I'm probably one of those weirdos that does, but don't worry, Cloud, I'd heal you.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Wait, is that really all these 3 city-states are offering right now? Is just, are they literally throwing up their thoughts and prayers at us, but without actually helping?
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but 2 of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
Yeah, let's find out. Yeah, it's weird. Like, this is very much just like real world politics. Like, you could just, like, I mean, the easy thing is just, you know, pick out Russia and Ukraine, and everyone's throwing money at you know, to help out Ukraine. But, you know, you look outside and you see, you know, tents full of people, and you're like, oh, can't we take care of our own first before we go and help out, you know, a completely different country? But I always look back on my thought on that type of stuff of going, yep, there might be people outside living in tents that have it rough right now. But they sort of currently don't have to deal with having missiles launched at them from a country and, have to worry about death every day, right? So, if we could help them out as a country, I'd like to be a part of that type of thing. You're not throwing an opinion in on the story because I went through it last week and I know the answers to your questions. How many times have we had this conversation, though? As your entire nation will fail if you don't help. We can't help. We're busy keeping the peace at home. Your home won't exist if you don't help. Sucks to suck.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
So he's one of the monetarists, right? The Teledeji Adabaji. She nailed it. I can't nail that name.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes, the free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
Is it him? I don't think it is, but you do say that. I haven't played much of God of War, but it does sound like that guy. Is that the same voice actor or no?
I beg your pardon?
It's not him,
You
okay.
wouldn't trust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
Just a question. How come... Fine for them to want to be independent if that's their choice. But it certainly would seem like... Is it just like geographically? Well, no, it can't even be that. Oh, maybe it is. They all seem relatively close by. Why isn't Ishgard part of, like, a city-state? They seem to be large enough. Is it because no one likes snow?
My duty is to my country and my people.
Okay, but they don't want to be part of the tri-state area, if you will.
If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
It's one of those things when you hear about it and you don't see it. They denied any involvement in the Oazian alliance.
Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Better be careful, Alpha Node. She's speaking politico talk.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Napping?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Her mind seems elsewhere.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Imagine your voice acting credits include Lady in Waiting. So I'm coming up on a thing that Mrs. Biscuits would like to join, but she'll need a bit of time. Is that okay? Like, what do you mean? Am I coming up to a dungeon she would like to join? Or is it like a cutscene that she would like to see? Oh, yeah, that's no problem. I can wait. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems that you've been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We can't well abandon Lord Haurchefant and Sir Amric to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzean Guardians. You can keep going until you unlock. Yeah, no problem. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun? We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and then the Dravanian horde, ere they be signed upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Bastion, I would have you and your adventure allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Mercallan at the Gates of Judgment. He will direct you to where you need it most. May the gods grant us victory. You fucked up. It's apparently an instanced duty. Proceed. Yes, go. All right. The Gates of Judgment. Who would that be? Back to Kurthus. Is there one coming up, though? I would assume so. If you guys can remember. Yeah, I think it was here that we, were here before. No, it wasn't here. This isn't where the Pope was. Maybe beyond these gates. Eventually, but you got plenty of time for any group stuff. Okay. You're appointed captain of the Sellsword contingent, and welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Blades and your fellow adventurers to constrain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I'd have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault of Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their attack skirmishes are slain. Am I going that way? I'm gonna go around. Oh, it certainly looks scary. Oh, yes, we were there briefly, I believe. That's where the Pope lives. I just refer to the Pope, but obviously it looks like, you know, not much going on. That's a lot of dead bodies right there. There's a cutscene there, but you haven't personally... Oh, okay, yes, cutscene, yes. So it wasn't me personally there. I just assumed my ragged ass was there. Oh, careful. Not as sure-footed as you think. I love how the you hanging out with your chocobo is called bosom buddies. Look at that. Bosom buddies. Great stuff. Probably have a level or two to be throwing at him. So who was that guy? Is that guy the true leader of Ishgard? Because like Sir Almeric sort of seems like a head knight type of thing. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna hit a ceiling here or something. Unclear right now, okay. Any other friends? Not that one, get horse's ass. I'm sorry, Mr. Ice Brick. You know, never intended to hurt you. You just got in the way. Casualties happen. The Horde Commander, eh? You already sent me the bow, right? But if I want to glamour it, I have to go back to an inn, right? I believe you did. Yes, you did. The mighty Thunder Fart. Oh, this saves so much time. You could do it another way, but it'd be a waste of your glamour prisms. Yeah, I don't want to be... I mean, I'm sure that those aren't terrible to come across, but... You got, like, what? 30... Whoa, what's a glamour dispeller? Let me guess, that removes glamour from an item, would be my guess. Oh, for God's sakes. Really? What news? Reinforcements decimated. Dravanian devils, their scaly hides, damn them! But hold fast to your grief and fury, sir. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Ooh, look at that. More useless materia from the Steps of Faith. And you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you're tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danifin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus the dragons now are able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. If the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I hope that includes us as well. Hey, look at that. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We could not well stand idly by while the Horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed, to do otherwise would go against the Master Louis Sois has taught us. As where we were saying for most assistance, I think it's prudent we divide into 2 groups. Ida and I will join the rear guard. Right, and if the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you. I mean, all of you. Pray speak with me when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the Horde. This sounds like, a duty. I guess when he's glowing, that would mean that. Guess Minneapolis got the silver prize, just announced at SummerSlam for 2026, but they are also making it 2 nights. Oh, interesting. Wait, so Minneapolis was going for WrestleMania would be my guess, who I know next year's in Vegas. Do they know where it is the following time? Or are they still working on that now? They were going to get Mania and then switch it to Vegas. Oh, okay. You know, did you... again, sorry to rant. Not really a rant, but did you see that... I'm trying to think what it was that came to Texas. But anyways, it's not Fightful, it's not Dave Meltzer, it's another small journalist in wrestling. I guess he did one of those like freedom of information things, because you know how like what was the one that was in Australia? Like they weren't quiet about it, but you know the event that happened in Australia, the Australian government had to pay WWE quite a bit of money from their city fund so that the WWE would come over, do a pay-per-view, and bring tourist dollars over, right? That wasn't a secret. But apparently, there was an event that happened in Texas. I don't want to think it's the WrestleMania. It would have been too late for that one. But regardless, an event that came to Texas, and a guy went to the city for the Freedom of Information Act because he wants to know how much the city paid to WWE to get the event. WWE is getting their lawyers involved because they don't want the secret out that I guess cities are now paying them to have events there now. But I sort of thought like it's not like a secret. Like everyone's bidding, sort of like the Super Bowl. You know, WrestleMania is a big event, great for tourists, for people coming in. But WWE doesn't want like that amount that cities are paying to be, you know, known. Like I guess that ruins their negotiating power. Like if you knew like Las Vegas was giving, you know, WWE $10 million to have WrestleMania, like, you know, I would argue like I have no problem if it's someone private. Like, as much as I know that the Saudi Arabian shit, but I mean, it's the Prince of Saudi Arabia or whatever the fuck his name is. You know, he wanted the WWE to come. He threw a bunch of his oil money there. That's how the agreement is. But like, when a city is spending tax dollars to bring in an event, you know, I have a feeling that the taxpayers should be able to know how much of their money is being spent, because you know, that could end up being a wash. It probably isn't. You know, usually these things break even if they're lucky, but you still want to know in this day and age what your money's being thrown at. But I mean, if they're big enough to make it think that, you know, they're good enough to do so.
Oh, you stepped on my penis!
How you doing, Lothars? Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if London, England wants WrestleMania and they're gonna pay for it, that's fine. Just as long as, like, you know, it's documented and people know what their money's going towards. Like, that's not a problem at all. At least I don't find the problem. But I don't think the WWE should be able to hide the amount of money that a city is paying for it. That's a little obtuse, in my opinion. Oh, baby. Like, I know, like, the World Cup is coming to North America, the US and Canada, and I think Mexico as well. And I think it's coming to, like, Toronto, Vancouver, and obviously a few states in, or a few cities in the States. And they're all going on about, like, how they said, like, oh, it's going to be, like, you know, $1 billion. At first it was going to be 300 million to have the World Cup, and now it's turning into like $1 billion to have it in Toronto, and everyone's losing their minds. I mean, rightfully so. I mean, that's absolutely not fair. Like, with the shit that we deal with, you know, and then your city's going to spend $1 billion with the hope that, oh, something else is going to happen. Oh God. But, you know, as long as there's going to be money to be made, right? But you know that you're not going to make money. That's the worst part. Yeah, like, I think the World Cup is not until 2026. So, like, you know, that's even worse of, like, you know, what on earth is the world going to be looking like in that time? Oh, God. Ow. Am I supposed to be doing something about this barrier other than just attacking everything here? Damn it, that hurts. 314 minutes left. For what? To download? Jesus. I thought you had decent internet. We can't move. Fall back now. We're trying, but we're all lying there dead. I think this is gonna tickle. This took you 4 times to finish?
Aoife, to me.
I mean, I don't like that I'm already down to 30% barrier strength. Shit. Should have followed them. Got the idea of what they were doing. Oh, the barrier broke. I don't know if that's good or bad. This guy's only down to 80%. Now the barrier strength's back. You have to fall back 3 times, I think. Okay. Like, I'm not missing anything though, right? Like it's very like I'm not seeing anything for me to oh do this so that the barrier strength is you know is stays put or something. Like I think it's just, you know, is it one of those weird DPS checks or something? It could be. Run into these although I would assume at my level it shouldn't be much of a DPS check. I maxed out on that. I said always when I gotta like scratch my nose, I always have a bunch of dumbass shit that's gonna attack me all at once. Hello? Someone wanna come in and help me? Is there a tank here? Hello? Hello? I wouldn't want to take this horny Avis away from me. The Bone Shaker. Anchored in all this. Stay by a named character, they will know where to go. You idiots, what are you doing? Well, I guess we ran out of space. Is Will Smith back in the good graces of people now? I've noticed he's quiet on a lot of things. Or does still people remember him as the guy who slapped somebody and didn't have to go to jail? I thought they were working on that one for quite some time. I think he deserved the slap and all the shit against Will Smith was BS. Really? Okay. My only thing is I'm not saying that whether or not he deserved to be slapped or not or whatever. But my take is, like, what bothers me is when something like that happens, like, nothing happened to Will Smith. Like, it wasn't like, you know, something that happened in a back corner alley or anything like that. But I mean, you can't just assault someone. Like, so that's my irritant on stuff like that. I don't like when, like, you know, whether it's because he's a celebrity. I mean, if you or I were on TV and we went up and slapped someone because they said something rude about our wives or girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, we'd be in jail. Right? Like, I hate that shit.
Know your folly.
Yeah, I don't know all the beef between the two of them. So I mean, I assume like he had made some previous jokes before, and obviously Will Smith probably got into a few cocktails, and I remember seeing that when it first came out. Like there was the weird thing about like I believe Will Smith found the first couple of jokes funny, and then it looked like his wife looked at him and he realized that she wasn't laughing, and then he realized, oh shit, I guess I better go and do something, and then he slapped the taste right out of his mouth. Fuck around and find out. Where's Populamo? This is not... If I have to do this again, this is going to be ridiculous. Like, I couldn't honestly tell you what I need to do separately here. Didn't the Bad Boys movies do extremely well, though? Whereas everyone argues, like, oh my god, do we have... are we in the, you know, the aspect of too many Marvel movies? Stop having Marvel movies? Oh, that ain't... Ow! Heal me! I think this barrier is gonna eat it. I think this is the end. Oh, what a terrible DPS race this is. It's gonna be close. I have it. Oh, she gets to sleep around and he just gets to stay there and be a white knight to her. I mean, maybe he just sticks with her for tax reasons. You never know. Right? I think movies are very much like video games, Lothar. It's just sometimes just things are like, everything needs a remake. Even though, like, I mean, Bad Boys isn't a remake, but I mean, like, you know, because a remake would be with new actors, but, you know, let a new audience see what we enjoyed when we were young, right? The dragons are withdrawing. That guy has seen some shit. I mean, what about a new Lethal Weapon movie with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson again, right? I just want to see if Mel Gibson is capable of growing his hair out again. I heard the TV show was okay. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. Mel Gibson could start ranting about the... Yeah. That'd be about par for the course for him, obviously. How did you know Ms. Biscuits was in here before, did she... Oh, she did the hello people when I was like, focused. Ms. Biscuits with the 37 months Ah, thank you. Yeah. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter, we shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. Lothar's is my favorite stalker, that's why. Also, ya friend. We're doing good. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. Lance Bass? Like from Kingdom Hearts? Sephiroth? I'm good, Biscuits. It is about that time, Lothars, if I was a guess. Absolutely. If only to make someone's ears bleed. The dragons are rooted. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Yeah, I just threw a couple of things together with like a little template thing. Made them like, I would take a picture and then I put it over like a pixelated thing, and then I was able to, sort of like if you've ever played Animal Crossing, sort of like that. How you could make flags and t-shirts and stuff. But my emotes are in good hands now with Biscuits. Commander Bastion, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. And on behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would say and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried off the field. Pray let us meet anon, and I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. The emotes I really like are the fighting game tournament Evo. I have around 50 emotes from subbing them back in the early 2010s. I look forward to seeing those. We've indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde has weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean Alliance once more. Wait, so they were part of the Eorzean Alliance beforehand and now are not? Those are some pretty, are some of them just flags? Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. I feel like this should have been voiced. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. Victory you've won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. One emote that's called It's 5 o'clock, and there'll probably be similar looking emote to the current beer one that I want to make, one called Sapporo in memory of the Sapporo. Yeah, I gotta get me one of those for sure. Oh, those, oh my goodness, those are cool. What was up? Give me a second. I'm gonna go grab a beer, but Poco's been in the litter like 1,000 times. Must be drinking a lot. Nice. I should also make one with the broken Sapporo glass and call that one Sapporo Oho. Yes. Yes, you should. You should. I like that fraud one. The wrecked. Those are some really good ones. Good for them. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. So what's our percentage of focus today, Jordan? 5 o'clock somewhere. I would say arguably like 85 to 90%. Now, of course, that always can take a turn, but we've been doing really well with the quests. I've been, you know, no rants yet. Yet. Well, I said yet. Well, I wanted to make a point of like getting to this Heaven's Ward thing that everyone keeps talking about. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilberd back to Uda and reassign those braves whose squad suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Minfilia in person. I saw something interesting Atari bought in television today. Does that mean Tommy Tellerico finally got paid? We will see to informing the other nations of what took place here. Do be sure to give our regards to Minfilia. Yeah, if you want to get blocked by Tommy Tellerico, not that I am actually blocked by him, just bring up in television and you want your money on Twitter, and that will be a fast way to the block button from him. Yes, and it means the Amico has to become its own company and lease the license to in television. Interesting. It's the super sexy Minfilia, or super sexy Flanders. So, I mean, I can't remember. Did you pre-order that thing, Lothars? I don't know many people that did. No. I wonder if that thing will even release. It did sound okay at the time, but then it was one of those things of where, like, unfortunately, the limitations of like when everything came out, and it's like, wait, okay, so I have to make it super simple. And the games can only be like not over $10, and they can't be over this side. You know, they limited themselves out of the gate. Unfortunately, it could have had some. You know, it sort of was like, remember the Ouya? Is that what it was? The Ouya? Everyone was losing their mind over that thing, and then it came out, and everyone was like, "These are just phone games." Like, good premise, but you know, did the Ouya just fail like out of nowhere? Because that was like when Kickstarter was sort of at its peak, right? Like everyone was throwing money at it. Like, was that a problem of Kickstarter? Not like, did they not need it? Did they not get enough money from Kickstarter to, you know, because that happens a lot too, of like something exciting takes off and then they realize like, oh shit, we have to deliver this product, and then we didn't make enough money off of it. So then you end up shipping a product, taking a loss. Like, I don't think Ouya was bought by anybody, right? Welcome back. Alphanote has sent word of the siege and, of course, the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me. Thank you. Which lovely materia would I like? You must be weary, Bastion, and now very well may be your only chance to... A descendant! Hi. I love the little wave. A messenger from Ulda arrived with a missive for you. The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of the Ozian Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Uunamo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Ulda in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we were recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you, for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurers contingent and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-states. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place of such celebration. All three refused to deploy the standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies to sellswards, and many of whom perished as the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of the triumph? Yeah, that is weird. Like, they barely offered any help at all, but let's throw, any reason to throw a party, obviously, right? But perhaps they simply seek to pretext a meet with the Ishgardians while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would prevent a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Orzian Alliance. We've scarce had time to mourn Moonbreda, but I for one am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. And though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you must also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray content yourself with the thought that such occasions may bring about momentous change, and this without recourse to bloodshed. Tatter, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions? Of course, Antecedent. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Let's not forget she said standing armies. They have forces sitting around doing not much and still prefer to send mercenaries. Yes. Curious. I've never known Tatter to sigh at such requests. Could that be amiss? I mean, Tatru seems like a smart fellow. He might share the same sentiment as Minfilia of like, why on earth are we celebrating this in Ulda when they didn't want any part of it? But Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. Tataru? I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think of it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Right? What is going on with her? Come on, we should be happy. All this stuff just went on. We succeeded and we helped out the Ishgardians, and then we get a letter from the Queen, and no one knows what the fuck is going on. That's a pretty mount. Making me take stairs, eh? What's wrong, Tataru? Oh, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say. I'm glad we had this little chat. It was weird. Says nothing, you always know what to say. I know, right? The ever-silent protagonist. Quite frankly, all it needs is for me to just to have a nod and everyone knows what's on my mind. Somehow Tataru beat me back here. Yes, Tataru? You have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject, with all of the recent excitement, but Bastion made me realize that there's no time like the present. Time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you certainly have earned the rest, but I suspect that lying in bed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Descendant. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventures at the Crystal Blaze, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles and deadly predicaments. Even Hoary Boulder and Coltonot have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I, too, should acquire the power to defend myself and others. More importantly, when I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. What powers do you have? What was up with that, scrunched face he gave me? That's the first time I've always been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. I've never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Is aught befell which with thy help, Descendant? Not at the present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Ah, yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. I would fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore, I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Please don't ask me, please don't ask me, please don't ask me. My thanks. I take my leave. What a weird quest. Two? What do I... Does it matter? Philly's at a loss for words. Power to defend oneself. Tataru's always been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Yorangie mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Perhaps she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guilds in Limsa Lominsa? Yes, that will be the way of it. Would you be so kind to journey to the guild and see if all is well? It's doubtlessly unwarranted, but surely I'm not alone in my concern for her safety. Can I take both? She's eyeing you with a mixture of regret and desperation. We've all been there, Minfilia. Do you perchance recall the commitment I made to furnish Hoary Boulder with a capable adventurer? I'm sorry to say that I have yet has been able to do so. I realize that you are more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a man of your talents, but there's always a but. I got no one else to turn to. Could you be willing to forego rest and assist us in this matter? Generous to a fault. I thank you. Now it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time, our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings and might understand the impact of primal summonings. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety, and so we ask the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Hoary Boulder and Coltonot were to act as 2 escorts and a 3rd adventurer, but due to injury, that adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. You truly are a pillar of strength. Hoary Boulder will share with you the details of the task, and he should be waiting for you outside. Terrible. Do you know how to say no at all, ever, in your life? That would certainly be wonderful. It's true, you agreed to lend us a hand? Yeah. Oh, huzzah! What did I tell you, Coltonut? Our misfortune is becoming a blessing. Opportunity to serve alongside the Warrior of Light himself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route. True, but our mission's the same, separated by moms we may be, but in spirit we'll be together. Well, if such thoughts bring you joy, you're welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, we could have attended the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He's waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Bastion, in spirit, we shall be together every step of the way. Where you were really sending me somewhere. Camp Tranquil, eh? Okay. Boy, Salaya. Oh, I remember here. The Unsettled Scholar. Where is Reese? Can't just be leaving at times like this, Reese. Also, don't be standing. Oh, I'm sure the Scholar appreciates a chocobo ass. The Scion's man deigns to grace me with his presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. First destination is Issamhar. Come on, we're late enough as it is. Great. Always late. I remember leveling here once. My son told me I was getting murdered by a... I think it was a buzzard. I think that was my first death on this character. Just know, I think I had to go and deal with something like... Logan's out there yelling at me, Daddy, Daddy, a bird, a bird! Oh, God. It was too late. This location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. Just I need not to explain my work and suffer no interruptions. And please, stand at an appropriate distance and keep watching for foul beasts. I shall stand watch. So weird, again, that you go from sometimes of great battle against a dragon to helping an unsettled scholar figure out their stuff. Yeesh, Coco. Well, we've both completed our respective tasks, a satisfactory outcome. Though, if I can make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick fault, but I must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, Snake Molt awaits, shall we? Where? Snake Molt? I'm not a fan of this scholar person already. The Deku tree. Ah, Will the Wisp. Wasn't that the name of Jeff Hardy's finishing move or something? Alright. Keep an eye out again for the dangerous beasts as you work. Alright. I'll try to be not as loud this time, you jackaninny. Was that too loud again? These readings are not what you expected, though that should come as no surprise. I'm not given superstition, but there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. One more site to survey. How does he just disappears into nothingness and is somehow there before I am on a flying chocobo. Go here by the crystal. No. Well, here we are. Again, making sure you're safe. A couple of Revenant bogeys that are not bothering me because I am 30 levels ahead of 20 levels ahead of them. Math is hard, folks. I was gonna say, isn't there gonna be more here? Please help me! Oh, they're coming at me! No, don't attack! Oh, you jackanini! I was definitely loud on that one. This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a crew of adamantoises while we were back turned? Coco! Want ice cube, Coco? Coco? Coco! Want ice cube? I can't go back in behind my computer. Coco, you're making it move this box. Very difficult. There. Sit in your box. What is the matter? What's the matter, Coco? I'd pick you up if I didn't want to have my hand chopped off. I get this cat an ice cube. Come on. Alright. I am back. Quickly now to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reek of blood and Ophales? Have we been to this dungeon? Another dungeon that we haven't visited. Do they tell you what the dungeons are? Or am I just like out of it here? There's 3 dungeons in this area? That is odd. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Does it not tell you the names of the dungeons? I would find it odd that in a level 30 area, but those aren't new dungeons. You chose to paddle in the Ichor while a while longer, I take it. No matter, I took advantage of the unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there's been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, for this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my assessment. Oh god, now you have quests. Who better to serve the scions of the Seventh Dawn than a humble scholar and his faithful assistant? For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earth's fount. The ambient aether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? Oh, don't bother answering. That was a rhetorical question. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Dad! It's rhetorical. Rhetorical, eh? 7. Always will be a Simpsons joke, folks. Alright. Look at these fun guys. These stropers. When was the last time you had a stroper? Ah! Ah! Oh god. Oh my god. Chocobo ass. Oh, this is gonna screw me. And the poor keep. So it doesn't say what it is until you... Okay. Where am I flying? I don't even know. I'm an idiot. Ah! Ah! Oh my god, things are attacking me. His name is Ned. It's a candy dish, Ned. $90. You should be more familiar with the procedure by now. Find a suitable position and keep watch. Where is this Ked thing attacking me from? I need to know. It stopped attacking me. Okay. I also have to assume there'll be more Keds named Ned attacking me. Or not this time, apparently. Yes, yes, quite high. Still remarkably lower than the historical measurements taken near the end of the 6th Astral Era. If you look on your minimap, you'll see it as a little red dot when something attacks you next time. Okay. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference, or is there something else? Something else. Something else. Scion! Scion! Come here! I need you! Oh, shit. Is that real? Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. There you are. Ahori and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return to the appointed hour. Do you not see the body in the water? Gutted like a hog, but not by one, no. His wounds were made by a blade. Doesn't look like he put much of a fight either. Nary a mark on his sword or his shield. I've heard of nothing of a Crystal Brave operations in this area. What cause had Wilred to come here? What should we do? Wait, so that was Wilred? We will set to the Scholar's protection, Bastion. Aye, and the boy's remains should return to the Rising Stones. The Descendant will want to know what happened here. As do I. That's unfortunate. Alright, no. I'm assuming I have to I'll hand this quest in, and then I have to go see what Tataru is up. I get the Arcanist Guild for this to continue on, would be my guess. Oh, you returned, and you seem troubled. Did the role of escort chafe so? Talk to you later. I'll be in chat just lurking in watch, and see you later, buddy. Wilred? Dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphanode at once. We will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. Gods, he was just a boy. Who would do this and why? I don't know, lady. I do not know. Clang, clang, clang with the trolley. Oh, time for another minion that we'll buy. Which one can we buy now? What's going to be dirt cheap for us today? A magic broom. Could be. I don't know. Plush cushion. Fuck, that's fun. When I have 5 million, not that one. A baby Oppo. I see one for relatively cheap. Thank you. I don't know if that actually is cheap or not, but he's cute. You not love that thing. Oh, who's this? Who's that guy? I don't know who that is. Dressed up Thancred. Very nice. That's cute. Oh, hey. Go. All right. Tataru here to learn of some things. Am I missing them? Down. God damn it. Oh, I guess when I'm in a city state, I could now decide to go to an inn and glamour that new fucking bow. What are you doing here? Well, when Philly asked me to check up on you. Oh, I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here, don't you see? I, Taru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at Mistress Thurbergerbergerberhin's behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise until we meet again. Okay. Back upstairs we go. Tataru's never been always off in a hurry like this. This is very not like her. Oh, how can I assist you? Oh, so you are acquainted with our newest member. Mayhap you have already noticed, but I fear young Tataru's potential is somewhat lacking. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and now goes to undertake her first trial, a simulated inspection of 3 crates. A simple task, some might say, but one of arcanists are expected to complete. A thought occurs to me, though. Why not assist Tataru with her training? Given your relationship with the girl and growing understanding of Arcanima, you may prove a great help to her. Her trial will be conducted at the cliff south of the Zephyr Gate. You only need to observe at a distance. Oh god, I don't want to see her fail. All right, let's go to your very first. Yeah, I did this quest as well. I remember that. Is there an inn here I can go to? Isn't there one at like the Aft Castle? Coco, what is with you going behind my computer? God damn it, I can't remember where an inn would be. When you were a baby Arcanist. What have I stumbled into? I don't know where I could find an inn. There's an event going on right now. Where's the closest inn in Limsa Lominsa? If there is one. There's got to be one, right? Go into the main building. What the fuck is the main building? I know it's at the Drowning Wench, though Miss Biscuit might be able to guide you better. The main building. I thought that would be the Aft Castle. Turn right. Over here? That looks like a building. Could be a main building. Ah, isn't it here? Then talk to the Storm Sergeant, or no, the lift attendant. These stairs? Yeah. Innkeeper. There we go. Thank you. Retire to a room. All right. Which? We have not locked any minigames. Okay. Okay. So I got to main hand. Go down to the Mighty Thunder Dart. Zora's Glamour. See if I can do this right. Damn it, I didn't want to close that. Then go to Edit Glamour Plate. Weapon. I should put this one on. I gotta drag it. Wrong one. God damn it. There we go. Save. Save plate in current state. Fly. Close. And then I might have to update the gear set. And then that should be right now. I do have that bow on. I think I'm all good. It's funny because you get access to several inns throughout this game, but this is always the one I come back to. Plate's already linked, so you're good. Okay, yeah, that looks like a freaking nice bow. Oh, look at that, pretty. And also doesn't have another bow inside it. All right, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. I don't know what Coco is. Coco, are you on? You're just loving life, aren't you, Coco? All right. I'll be right back. am back. So if a plate is already linked, I don't have to pretty much do anything else other than just apply what I had, and that was it. Then we are good. We're gonna go on off to the south of Zephyr Gate. I hope. Is that not there? Is that not a thing? Oh. Correct. Need to find stairs. I could have sworn I went upstairs. Oh, there we go. Like, did my mouse just like fail me there for a second? Yes, Coco. Oh, he's like right here. I like this, that like this also like is true of this being the first quest. Like, you know, they didn't make something up. Like, this is legitimate your first quest as an Arcanist. I think it's cool that they let you watch them do that and not some make up something for them. Oh, they're singing. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught came the last who won out could fool. That doesn't even make any sense. Beat him with the backdraft, got him with the gust, duck him with the downburst. Go Carbuncle, go! Oh, are these the crates you spy? I think they are. Uh-oh. This must be the test. And we're ready for them, aren't we, Carbuncle? Hey, Carby? Carbuncle? I don't remember Carby doing that to me. Uh-oh. Come back, Carby, come back! I don't think that's gonna pass the mustard test. Is that pass the muster? Maybe? Pass the mustard test. Where did that come from? Pass the muster, I think is what it is. I should have known you'd come. You needn't say a word, your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform Mistress Thurbakerbahakarubadum of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanima, like so much else, was beyond me. Wait, so does she feel bad that because she's not like a, you know, she needs to do a little bit more than just some everyday basic secretary work, that she's not contributing? Just because she's not smashing things with a bow and arrow or a shield and a sword, you're not doing your part? What event is going on, if I don't mind asking? Because obviously I went over to the giant cactard. But there wasn't anything to click on or anything. My guess would be something's going on at the Golden Saucer. Captain Kitty. Oh, see you later. It's a long walk over here. I might as well finish the rogues quest while I'm here. Know the bad news, although I'm sure she knew. Back so soon? How fared our fledgling Arcanist? Oh, abysmally, mistress. Abysmally, as Bastion will testify. I was wrong to become an Arcanist. Wrong as usual. I'm completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tataru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you gain a solid grasp of fundamentals of Arcanima, and were it not so, you would have even struggled even to summon Carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? Well, you are too kind, mistress. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. A little curtsy. Probably guessing that we're going to go back to Minfilia, would be my guess. Tataru is considering her next course of action and how you might aid her in it. As fetching as these garments are, I shall never don them again. Can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. Well, then the Costa del Sol we will go. A bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Oh! I thought it was going to be something here. I mean, not that I'm not minding going off to a beach resort at the moment, but probably have to be a rouge to hand this in. I am looking to head on side of the Rouges Guild. That bothers me. I know I say it, but it bothers me that ever since World of Warcraft, people call the rogues the Rouges. Well, Jacques, we made off with some spoils, didn't we? And as for her damn contest goes, I suppose that makes the elves even. It'll be the last treasure, the Black Sarcophagus, gets to decide the victor. Whatever the reformists are doing, to keep it Bob, you bet your grandmom's teeth that we'll be doing some blade work neat after this job is done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap. Well, that's a downfall. That is not good, not good. Good. Money! Thank you. Always love me some monies. She'll be back. Back to our fancy outfit. Into Costa del Sol. Is there a Chocobo Porter that will take us to Costa del Sol so I can enjoy a brew? Gotta be. Right at... You were gonna charge me from the map. You're gonna charge me from the map? Wait, is that... Are they actually charging me to go to each Aetheryte? They can't be, right? Inside going through is free, right? I already know that this is not going to take me to Costa del Sol. Don't go! Matter. Chocobo Porter. What do you got? Higher one? Ah, perfect. Thank you. How are we making for time? Like, you know, I feel like I haven't been ranting about anything. I feel like I've been doing good time-wise. I mean, I still got arguably at least 2 hours to go stream-wise. I think we're doing good, but I don't know where it's taking us, obviously. Including this quest, you have 7 left. Nice. If I fail to do 7 fucking quests in 2 hours, there's something ill wrong with me. Some of them are a touch long though, and there's a few cutscenes closer to the end of the patch. That's fair. I would have expected so. I mean, I think it was either you or Biscuit said, like, I'll probably make it to the end of Heavensward, maybe the very beginning, but I'm assuming probably even at the same time, the beginning of Heavensward is probably, you know, there's a lot to it, but I'm excited. Well, if this is the last little bit, though, and it's got stuff to explain, I mean, it's fair that the cutscenes do be on the longer side. I'm thinking you should be able to accept at least the first quest of Heavensward today. Okay. The Bloodshore Bell. I haven't looked at my hunting log in forever. Wow. I'm overdue. Is Tataru gonna go and get herself a lovely Lalafell bikini or something? It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that Tataru wore all the time before. That didn't work. Fuck. This is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Winch told me to look. There's certain a variety of clam that can be harvested this time of year on the Blood Shore, which one produces some marvelous pearls. However, these clams are coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared very poorly at battle last time, let us be off. Oh, you would like my help. Alright, you know what, I don't mind helping you there. The water. Ow. Get another battle, eh, Tataru? What fortune, I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? Of course. I'll keep watch. If it's a survey or if it's helping you, I'll keep watch. Oh, shocking. A little long in the tooth for me to deal with here. Morgar. The thing I needed to reset my Chocobo's skills? Was it a raisin? Probably wasn't a raisin. It was probably something else. And also, what was the thing I was going to buy? Pepper. That's it, pepper. What was the thing that you said for me to get from the seals? It was the prisms, right? Those were good amounts to get rid of some seals when I'm maxed out. Okay. But well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. But as for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls. So named for the reddish hue, they were treasured as wards against dark magics in ancient times. I thought I might make charms for everyone, so no matter where they go, they'll always come home. But it's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, in a way, right? I mean, well, I mustn't keep waiting. I mean, there's work to be done, and lots of it. We're going to secure provisions for the Scions and the Lominson markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargains. We'll be heading back to the Rising Stones, so Ray conveyed apologies to the Ascendant. Tell her that she didn't need to worry about me. Alright. Farewell, Bastion. Thanks for everything. That sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Oh, you're probably going you heading towards shore there? You just... Okay. A little wave. What the... What the fuck was that? You had me up on, up here with the little wave, and then you did that smirk again. What the fuck is wrong with her? Alright, well, something's up with Tataru, sending me on these wild goose chases. Huh. Not at her desk. I mean, unless she's in here with Minfilia. She's not. Welcome. I gather you found Tataru and Limsa Lominsa? I did. Quite the tale I got to tell you. Oh, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure. And while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect that it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say that she could have managed without our intervention, but even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. You're very welcome. While others look forward to the impending royal banquet, Minfilia can't help but look past the past. The recent events weigh heavily on our minds. We must needs set aside them for now. We are coming to a defining moment in Eorzean history. The grand commemoration of our joint defense of Ishgard, the first time in 15 long years that our people have stood side by side with our neighbors to the north to fight in a common cause. This may mark the true rebirth of the Eorzean alliance. Failing that, it should at least serve to bring our nations closer together. We have every reason to raise our voices in celebration, do we not? We have bested Dravanians and Asians both. Against desperate odds, we have fought and won. But the primals still plague us, and the Empire still plots our subjugation, and our triumphs, remarkably though they are, were still bought at a terrible price. Brave adventurers and allies broken on the steps of faith, and before our eyes in this very room, our dear friend Moonbreda. This is the victory we have wrought, and it is bitter as ashes in my mouth. I would sooner stay here and invite those with more appetite to enjoy the feast in my stead. Alas, it is a royal banquet, and all of our allies will be in attendance. It is our duty to present a united front that we serve as a beacon to hope of all. seems I have no choice but to take my own advice. I instructed the others to meet us in Ulda, that we might make our grand entrance together. Unfortunately, I had to settle for leaving Tatru and Layman a note. If they do not return quickly, they will have to settle for whatever leftovers I can smuggle out of the fragrant chamber. Off to the big soiree, Bastion. Raise a glass for me, eh? Or not. You don't look pleased. I had something on your mind. The Navigator. Wilred's dead? God's damn it. They must have known to be rumbled. I mean, sod it. This past time we had this talk. After our last conversation, I got to thinking about where the captain's funds were coming from. So I had to dig around on the quiet well, sure enough, I found it. Seems a fair bit of coins made its way into the Braves' coffers, courtesy of a Dodo Consortium. A daft name for a business if I ever saw one, which is what first gave me the inkling that something weren't right. So I went through the ledgers again and found another half-dozen donations from organizations with stupid bloody names. Didn't take long to find the common thread. All were owned by the Mirage Trust. Oh, I'll give the bastard credit. Showed us up for amateurs we are, short of calling one of his businesses the bloody Bribery Consortium. I don't know what more we could have done to mock our rules on financial contributions. The gods only know how many men of the first and third are taking Telededji's coin, but we now know as some of them are. I'd wager me right, they're the ones what did for Wilred. So I might... Is Ilberd taking coin from Telededji? And poor Wilred was caught in the crossfire, it seems? The earnest young fool had taken to asking the wrong kind of questions. Teledji. There we go, we'll get there. Bound to attract some attention he was. Should have seen it at the time, but I didn't. God's damn me. Still, I don't see what Teledji hopes to accomplish. I mean, he did hide his scheme with all the care of a drunk pissing in the wind. No, he's cleverer than this. And we need to be clever too. It's the only way we'll ever repay this debt of blood. We'll purge every one of them traitorous bastards from our ranks. On that you have my word. And Bastion, mind yourself when you're in Uldai. We're heading into a storm. Smell it. The kind that'll sweep a man overboard and drag him under before he knows it. Yeah, shit is going down. Cost the poor boy his life. Alright, I'm gonna go buy some prisms and use up some of my, seals while we're here. It truly feels like the calm before the storm, it really does. I wonder if I can do a, apply for a promotion. To qualify for your next promotion, you must complete a trial as well as complete rank 2 in the Grand Company of your hunting log. I don't even have even touched that. Right. Some gear. Armor. Material girl. Materials, you believe. I just wanted to see what else there was. An elaborately decorated suit of immortal flame-issued chocobo armor. Oh, there's those right there, right? Glamour prisms. Grab 31. Ooh, so there was crusted barding, and then there was barding, then there's hot bard. Okay. They're onyx tears. Are these things for your house? If and when you get one? You guys said you had like I can rent a room in the free company's house, right? I don't even think I've really ever gone there properly. Buy a room, okay. And how much your house is going for? Would that be the Jordan OnlyFans room? Obviously. Provided a room is available, which I would imagine there would be. Millions, okay. Hi, Coco. Like how many millions? I have 5 millions. Do you and Ms. Biscuits have a home that I could be a third wheel to? Do you need someone to pay rent to? I can be that person. I think I spend around 4 to 5. Okay, so then I would become house poor, is what you're saying. I'd have a house with no furniture. I can add you as a tenant to mine, but I don't want to do that quite yet because spoilery decor. Okay, fair enough. Where are we going? Hustings Strip. Chamber of Rule. Oh, what's the matter? Just lying there. Oh, we're all getting ready to go together. All right, make an entrance. We've been waiting for you. Celebration is due to begin shortly. I just hope that we might make our introductions together, but Mistress Momodi just sent word that we are needed at the quicksand. What? We just got here and you want me to go back to the quicksand? A hero must go where there's needed. According to Menfil, you're needed elsewhere. This is all sorts of fucked up. We'll go on ahead. Pray just join us once matters at the quicksand are resolved. Give my regards to Momodi and let her know that I will call upon her anon. You couldn't have told me before I got here? What are these things? Oh, the quicksand is the, I don't know why I was thinking of the, I was thinking of the other place, the Waking Sands. But still, like, I just get there and then you're just gonna shove me off to go over here for a minute? Oh, flashy over here. I'm gonna end up coming over here and they're gonna be like, what? I didn't call for you. I appreciate you dropping in on such short notice, but I know you've got places to be, so I won't waste your time. You're friends with a crystal brave by the name of Alien. Alianne, aren't you? Former adventurer, come to think of it, pretty sure you recruited her yourself. Anyway, she came around for a meal not long ago, and before she left, asked me to give you a message. Said if the others end up dragging you to the feast, I was to see that you got to it before you made your grand entrance. Meet me at the station west of the Coffer and Coffin. There's something I must show you. A short message, I grant you, but she thought long and hard before picking those words. Barely touched her food, too. Under other circumstances, I'd have thought those signs of a troubled heart, but something tells me she ain't planning to confess her undying love. Okay. What is so important that you have to drag me away from this luxurious feast that's happening? Place for a bar if you're asking me, but yeah, we could all appreciate a drink. You were not inside there, you were behind it. Okay. Where are you people taking me? I have a feast to attend to. Really? For fuck's... Fucking vertical leap is terrible. As you stand upon the platform, your thoughts begin to wander, and all too soon the ghosts of comrades lost and enemies slain begin to file your mind's eye in solemn procession. Clearing your head, you scan the horizon, but see no sign of Ilian, or Ilian. I have no idea how to fucking say her name. Continue waiting for Alien. Straining your ears to listen, you hear the chatter of Kirkwhorn and the buzzing of syrphids, but no approaching footfall. Sighing, you bow your head only to notice the vial lying at your feet. Bastion, is that you? What brings you out this way? Lieutenant Alianne? But no, I haven't seen her about. Had she come this way, I guarantee we would have crossed paths. I must have passed this spot a dozen times. We're to patrol the city's environments on account of the royal banquet. Captain's orders, you understand. I mean, speaking of which, isn't it about to begin? You should be with the other honored guests, enjoying your well-deserved respite. Pray return to Ulda, Bastion. If I have a chance to meet the lieutenant, I will tell her you were here. What the fuck is going on?
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line. Through my weakness, the glorious house of Ul has all but disappeared beneath the sands. For want of the strength to raise it up again, it were better that it fall. Forgive me, but I know not what else to do.
Show the clouded vial to Momodi. Now we're going back to Ulda to show the person at the quicksand this vial. What are they? Like, these people in the blue are part of the Braves, which I'm a part of. And there's something fishy going on with them. Sending me on wild goose chases and... What on earth is happening? Okay. FakeDoors.com. I reckon you head straight to the feast after the meeting with Alien. Alien! It's a fucking hard name to say. What's the matter? No appetite? So, she wasn't there? But this was? Let's see. Looks to me like an alchemist's vial, but beyond that I can't say. Might be best if you hold on to it for safekeeping. Anyway, don't worry. No use worrying about Alien. Alien! Fuck! I'm sure she'll turn up before too long, and once she does, we'll soon find out what was in all this ate of. Besides, you got more important things to think about. Judging by Momodi's grin, your star cannot rise any higher. Would you believe that? While you were away, another message arrived for you. Well, one did. One delivered by the Sultana's handmaiden, no less. It seems Her Grace desires a private audience. Her handmaiden will meet you on the royal promenade and escort you to the Sultana's chambers. So what are you waiting for? Go on, go, get!
You needn't trouble yourself so. Your Grace is most kind, but it is no trouble to me, rather an honor.
I'm probably looking too into this at the moment, and you can say something or not. And I only say this because it looks weird to me, but there's no way that, like, Her Grace would think this way. Does the lady in waiting not look very similar to the woman that was arrested? That was like Robon's like second hand. Like, I'm assuming it's just that they look similar. But there would be no way in... Okay, so they just... that's what my guess was. I thought she was taller. So she's a human, and the one that was arrested was an elf, to be easy. But relatively, I thought, maybe it's the glasses. But okay, they're not the same person. Because my argument was going to be thinking like, well, clearly, like, you know... Her Grace would be like, no, I can't have that. But she would know who that person is, would be my guess, right? Regardless of whether she pulled off some type of weird, elaborate disguise or something.
If your Grace is ready, I shall summon the Warrior of Light. I am.
I still don't think that's enough bottles of wine for fiery biscuits, though. dunce caps. I mean, everybody's here.
Everyone looks to be in high spirits.
With good cause.
A common victory may serve to unite even the most unlikely of allies. You've brought us one step closer to a united Eorzea.
Your modesty knows no bounds, Antecedent. Were it not for your efforts, Sir Emmerich would never have become such a steadfast ally. When he convinces his countrymen to rejoin the Alliance, we shall all reap the benefits, military and economic. I tell you, we are on the cusp of a new era of unity and prosperity. Territorial disputes are all that divide us now. But I have faith that we will find an amicable solution in time. And failing that, I'll have my trusty warrior of light box the ears of all concerned. Speaking of whom...
He will be joining us shortly. A matter at the quicksand required his attention, but it did not sound serious.
Speak with the lady in waiting on the Royal Promenade. Alphanode out here calling you my warrior of light like I'm his personal. I know, right? How dare he get off on that? Burlap. You hear that, Marge? She said burlap. Never mind that he's treating world leaders like disobedient children if they don't agree with his own view of how the world should work. Yeah. I do feel like Alphano does have some pull around here, though. Is that rope? No, it's just some NPC. Well, some other warrior of light. Thank you for coming, sir. Her Grace is most eager to speak with you. If you require a moment to compose yourself before your audience, you may have it, or if you are ready, it would be an honor to escort you to Her Grace's chambers forthwith. Upon proceeding to the Sultana's bedchamber, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. I've never seen a game tell me to go grab a beer ever in my life, more so than now. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Such a good feel, and you know what? It's funny. Like, as we were saying, like, that's all Cold Steel needed to do. I know DJ told me a bajillion times, like, oh, it's a long thing, but didn't tell me. But like, absolutely, like, if I knew I had like a half an hour left to stream, I would have been like, probably not. And gives you the opportunity to say no, right? But that sucked that like it came after a fight and all that stuff. But yeah, like that's one thing I would love to see games going forward certainly do. Proceed to the Sultana's bedchamber. We're about to have sex with Her Majesty or what?
Enter.
Your Grace, your guest has arrived.
Pray, come in, and take your ease.
"'Tis well that the steps of faith held against the Horde."
And what of the city proper?
We sustained some few losses, but the heart of our nation yet beats with vigor. I am not certain I could say the same had we not received your most generous aid.
An attack on Ishgard is an attack on the realm. We stand together or fall divided.
This really is weird. Like Minfilia was yeah, like, are we all in a dream state or something? Like Minfilia nailed it. Like, something is weird about this.
Such noble words after the fact.
I mean, Alpha Node picks up on it. Like, the only thing...
I had hoped to speak in the presence of Her Grace, but it seems she has been delayed. That being the case, now would seem as good a time as any.
The only thing that would be the cherry on the top or the icing on the cake is if they were all holding a champagne glass at the same time while having this conversation.
Honored friends, pray allow me to convey Ishgard's warmest gratitude for your part in the defense of our lands. "'Tis upon the success of this very alliance that my recommendation to throw open the gates of judgment shall be founded. With the blessing of the Archbishop, it is my hope that Ishgard will soon be reunited with her long-estranged sister nations, and that Eorzea shall once more be as one."
Very well.
Is aught amiss?
Nothing to worry about. I shall return anon. You wished a word, Yu Yu Hase?
Yu Yu Hase. I wasn't even close to that name. Hey, cheers. That's a big chalice for a chalice.
Your Grace.
That is the exact same size bottle that Miss Fiery Biscuits carries with her everywhere. And is sitting on her desk currently.
You must be curious as to the reason for this private audience. The matter I would discuss, however, will soon make apparent the need for discretion.
I have to assume she's discussing her decision to dissolve the monetarists with me. That or she's coming on to me.
I intend to abdicate the throne and dissolve the monarchy.
I thought she briefly touched on that. Like, after she would get rid of the monetarists, she sort of threw that out there. I thought I remember her saying that. Or maybe I was jumping to conclusions.
You have seen for yourself the storm of turmoil that howls through our streets. The government fails in its responsibilities, and my subjects suffer the consequences of our incompetence. But I will see them suffer no longer. The victory feast shall provide the stage on which I declare the dissolution of the Sultanate. 'Tis mine intent that the ruling class of our golden city should take its place beside the common man in a fair and equitable republic. No more shall this nation bow to the whims of a privileged few. Yet, that which I propose will entail the tearing up of this city's very foundations. And even Roban, with all his strength and influence, will be hard-pressed to keep his footing on such treacherous ground. Thus would I ask you to lend him a steadying hand. You who have endured the wrath of innumerable foes are the one hero in whom I can place my trust. Will you do this thing for me? I am truly grateful. More grateful than I can well express.
Does that mean Roban's gonna lose his... like, his military strength? And so he's gonna need sort of the help of me and the Crystal Braves to sort of weather this storm when she says she's stepping down?
Much of my dread for the coming days has been quieted.
Oh no. Oh, that's never gonna get out of that rug. Oh, that's a fucking terrifying sight, and we're alone with her. I swear I didn't do it.
Your Grace!
of all the motherfucking people to be the first ones to come in when she's been fucking obviously poisoned. You've got to be shitting me. Fuck.
Her Grace, the Sultana, is dead. Poison in her wine?
I guess we don't know any, first aid or anything, right?
You did this!
Yep, sure did. Fuck's sakes, I'm going to horny jail. The worst of the jails.
Spare us your denials! I see no other suspects,
Oh,
and the
gonna
room
leave a
has
mark.
but the one entrance.
Oh my god, he's pooing on us.
I hereby accuse you of regicide. Men, arrest this viper.
I am no Randy Orton here. Just relax. Do you know who I am? I'm the warrior of fucking light. I mean, to be fair, the evidence currently does not look good. What the?
Sir, barring a few exceptions, we have detained all those with allegiance to the Scions. The Rising Stones is also under our control.
We're fucking losing control of everything here. What the fuck?
And what do you hope to achieve with this mutiny?
Why, that which we have striven for all along, Commander. The salvation of Eorzea.
I'm just gonna let this ad pass. Be a good streamer. It's probably best that, because you can only pause it 3 times, and if it's longer than 10 minutes of a cutscene, you're fucked anyways. So it's best just to let them have their fucking 30 seconds for the hour. Boy, this is heavy, Doc. Wait, didn't Robon act like he heard the glass falling?
What is the meaning of this?
I was gonna say, like, he perked his ears like a cat did.
Knights from the homeland. This cannot bode well.
What does he mean by the homeland?
Lord Commander, we have received an urgent message from the Holy See.
So, Teleji has guards with him that are from Ishgard. And also, apparently also the Crystal Braves, or at least the people in blue.
I am grieved to report that your serpentine foes have resumed their assault. Needless to say, your presence is urgently required. These knights have come to bear you swiftly home to Ishgard.
We need to take you away right now. Something urgently is happening at home.
A surprise attack.
Even he doesn't believe it.
We've had no such word from our men, and the timing is most fortuitous to catch us away from the city.
Most fortuitous indeed.
Lord Commander, we must away!
I'm trying to figure out whether an actual real attack has hit Ishgard to whisk Sir Armoric away, or if it's all this piece of shit. Not me the piece of shit. This little fucker's doing all according to his plan currently. Because Sir Armoric is sort of like a neutral party still currently. Like, this was supposed to be a nice little party, little soiree of a get-together to bring everyone together, and now we're like, no.
You have been a most gracious host. I hope that I might one day return the favor.
Emmerich. Have I been saying it wrong? Emmerich?
Come, Lucia.
Hi, Dream Eaters. That fucking sly look. Poor Thancred's just trying to get his dick wet.
Whatever is going on in there?
Now he's being bothered.
Ah, the ever-dutiful brass blades. I must apologize, but my dance card is rather full. Another time, perhaps?
I got at least an hour and a half, Dream Eaters, so we should be good.
Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. You stand accused of committing acts of espionage in service to the Garlean Empire.
Need about 2?
Espionage? What in the seven hells are you talking about?
Yeah, we're not having a Cold Steel 4 moment, thankfully.
Ah, if you're referring to that business with the Ultima weapon, then you must understand, I wasn't myself.
Under interrogation, an Imperial prisoner revealed your involvement in numerous dealings with the enemy. We've also been investigating reports that you are a practitioner of forbidden arts.
Just after we fought Aryan Road, there's a giant cutscene, but it gave me no spot to really stop after we fought Aryan Road.
You best come along with us.
You invite me to your party and now you want me to leave? I do so detest receiving mixed signals. Come then. I believe I've lost my appetite for this farce of a celebration.
I think the longest cutscene.
Too far, Lord Adeleji. By what right do you march armed soldiers into a royal banquet and eject state visitors without her grace's consent?
I would say that probably the longest has got to be it's got to be something in Metal Gear 4. Something in that screams to me that took a long time.
You treat the brass blades as your personal army and show contempt for the throne with your every act. Leave us now.
Is that an order, General? Mayhap you have mistaken me for one of your flames. You will find I am not so slavishly obedient. As you lecture me on personal armies. As for your outrageous claim that I have shown contempt for the throne, let all here observe that it was not I who feasted while an assassin removed its occupant.
Oh, it just hit them.
I expect this is your idea of defending the nation, is it? This and diluting our forces through these distractions in Cartano and Kurthis.
You know, as a non-Lalafell, but I am a fan, it is so hard to fight every urge of every minute in the day that every time you see a Lalafell or in an old Final Fantasy XI a Tartaru, to not just kick them across the room every time you see them.
I do begin to see how the ranks of the Immortal Flames came to be riddled with Garlean sympathizers. You are plainly unfit for command.
But yes, of all of them that deserve a good kicking, this guy deserves to be punted 50 fucking yards through the uprights. Anyone but Tataru, she is an adorable like a puppy. But something was up with Tataru. She led us on a wild goose chase to get us sort of away from Ulda while sort of all of this was happening. And she had this weird smirk on her face.
Wait, goddamn you. Your words make no sense. What assassin?
Unless it wasn't really Tataru and we're an idiot and we can't realize that.
You mean to say you don't know? We caught the vaunted champion of the Scions in her Grace's private chambers, not moments after the deed was done.
An audible gasp.
No! No, this cannot be!
Save your breath. You will need it to plead your case. You and your entire order are to be tried for this atrocity.
It's like we're all going to horny jail.
Bring in the prisoner!
That's the smirk of a guy who pretty much thinks he's gotten away with it. So we got a Bad Boys movie coming out and a Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out.
This man stands accused of poisoning Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo, and as suspected accessories to the crime, all members of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn will be detained for questioning.
Openly criticizing conflict in Cartano and now the deceased Sultana while throwing blame on the Warrior of Light, an organization that keeps him honest and the one thinking to dissolve the syndicate. Oh, is the new Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming to Netflix? That's nice.
This is madness!
So was I right about
What a pity. Who'd have thought your tale would end like this?
Was I right about Ilberd in that cave there? Where he called me and then said like, oh, like this guy was killed by someone and then they ran off quickly. I mean, it certainly looks like he would have killed that guy just to keep me going on the goose chase.
Should you demand further proof, a vial with traces of the substance used to poison her grace was found upon the assassin's person.
Is that clouded vial I picked up? That was at the train tracks? Oh, for God's sakes. I tried to watch that Pop-Tart movie from Jerry Seinfeld. I was falling asleep watching it.
How very convenient.
You would speak of convenience?
Yes, she would. She's my cat girlfriend.
Who persuaded her grace to host this celebration? A diversion which presented you and your confederates ample opportunity to commit the crime, and a crowd within which to fade from view. A more convenient occasion I could...
Wait, who is he saying? Who is he saying that wanted to run this party? I mean, Minfilia got an envelope from the queen. I can't remember what her name is. Nanamobar. Was that not a real envelope, like, from her? Like, was this all again from them? Because he's throwing it back at us, like, oh, we wanted to have the celebration. We didn't want to have a celebration. Minfilia thought it was weird, but no one's ever gonna turn down free booze. He may be double speaking. He's not talking to Ishtola, but the crowd around. Okay.
How dare you! After all we have done for Uldar!
Hold your tongue, witch! I'll not be ensorcelled! I know all about the dark gift that you and your disciples wield. Oh, yes. I've observed how you worked upon the minds of the Alliance leaders, bending them to your will. And what of your cordial relationship with Sir Emmerich? For years, Ishgard abjured all contact with the outside world, and now the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights treats you with the familiarity of a childhood friend.
Kicking him halfway through the room would solve so many problems right now.
I'll tell you what I think. I think this desperate defense of Ishgard was but a ruse to deceive us into dividing our forces.
Glove slap, I don't take crap. Glove slap, shut your big yap.
Your next move will be to charm your Kurthan allies into invading our lands. Now that is truly ridiculous.
How do you even think of this stuff?
She cannot be dead.
Of all the things that seem preposterous at this moment, Roban, I truly believe she's actually dead.
Stand aside, Ilbert. I want to see the Sultana.
Not a dating service. No, it's not.
Spare yourself the pain, brother. I saw her with my own eyes. For a mercy, the poison took her swiftly. Her handmaiden can attest to that.
Oh, her handmaiden that handed her the bottle of wine?
This cannot be.
Although it's hard to tell. I don't think her helping hand was in on it. At least doesn't appear to be.
Nanamo. No!
Back to work. Okay. I'll be here. I mean, wasn't like it was a gruesome body to discover, you know?
Plainly, the royalists can no longer be relied upon to keep our nation safe. And so it falls to the monitorists of the Syndicate to govern Uldar. But should you wish to help us, General, we would be more than happy to entrust the task of planning Her Grace's funeral to you.
So because the Sultana died before she was able to abdicate her throne, it falls on the monarchists to run Ulda. The very thing that she was going to dissolve. How lucky.
It seems only right that you should bury your precious Sultana, and we will be glad to be rid of that burden.
Yeah, if that was ever a face that would be able to be punched, that is one of them.
I'll bet you will. You more than any
A
man.
Brock Turner face, if you will.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean you had her killed, you black-hearted bastard!
If I ever did not want to see anybody angry, it is this man.
What rot! Though I did have sufficient motive, 'tis true. That young lady caused me no end of grief. She always was a most unwilling puppet. I dare say Her Grace was grateful that someone thought to cut her strings.
That's an even creepier look.
You would mock her, then mock her from hell!
What?
Well, if that's ever an outcome I wanted to see.
Have you lost your mind, General? It is forbidden to draw steel in the royal chambers, much less slaughter our fellow
Oh, shut your cake-hole, Yoko. If anyone is just gonna murder all of the Lalafels in a moment, it is right now.
You're one of them! You've been in league with the Scions all along!
You're next, you scheming bastard!
Oh, that's gonna leave a mark.
Raban!
That was fucking perfect timing. It is wise to antagonize the guy that just murdered someone. And now he is armless.
Seven hells!
All hell is broken loose at a grand feast.
Admiral, we must leave.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It sure is, Dream Eaters. It sure is. Oh, the fake green screen doesn't like the clear glass. Oh, you stepped on my pants! Oh, how convenient we all leave now. We've watched the death of 3 people. 2.
No one like you, old friend. I did not expect to take your arm so
Almost
easily.
3.
take the Scions into custody. They have conspired to commit regicide.
That wasn't a good one. You get a freebie. There you go. You gotta hear the smack. You gotta hear the smack.
And arrest this traitor as well.
Do I still get to, plan her funeral? Or what? I mean, I'm already in handcuffs, so...
Ilbert, I hope you choke on their coin.
Just a question. It looks like he cut his entire arm off. Why isn't he just bleeding out everywhere? What if I get to 1 million when Jordan reaches patch 7.0? I discussed this yesterday. If someone actually does hit that restart, I will go back to the character selection screen. I will delete Bastion Omega, and I will start from the beginning. That is not a lie.
'Tis better than the dirt I've supped on these long years. We can't all abandon Alamigo and become great war heroes as you have.
But I have to assume, Dream Eaters, that you do not have as many points as Wolfslayer does, who I believe is sitting at 260k P points. Instant villain status for Grasp, yes. Just so I'm checking, what is 7.0? Is that Dawn Trail? Okay.
You are not the man you once were, Raban. Since that girl strapped the yoke around your neck, you've become docile. She took the mad bull and cut off his balls, and a bull that cannot rot is fit for naught but slaughter. Shall I tell you who really killed your precious Sultana? It was me.
You fucking piece of shit. Funny if we did it to you on like a 150-hour game, but this, where you're easily going to clock a couple thousand hours before you ever hit Dawn Trail, I wouldn't even blame you for retiring from streaming if that happened. I mean, it's there.
You die!
Careful, this whole place will come down. Do you think that was Roban's orgasm face right there?
I never doubted you, not for a moment. But there is more to this than I yet understand.
See, like Lothar's part of me has to delete the character. Because otherwise I would find my way back to it, and I just couldn't do that. So like that to me, like that's what seals that deal of like There is no going back to it. It's gone. It's over. It's done with, right? How does one get to how many hours they have played? Is it like in World of Warcraft where I just type like /playtime or something like that?
Flee this place. Clear your names.
In the chat box, yes, okay. I mean, obviously, I'm not that.
Find out who is behind this plot. It is the only way. Now go!
I don't get to know Ilberd's End or Rabon's End.
Ah, there you are.
Gives to you in increments of days, so then you gotta do the math.
Thancred, where have you been?
Avoiding the fumbling advances of some very persistent admirers.
I would probably be at like, I would say 2.5 days worth of play.
When I realized the celebrations had turned sour, it seemed prudent to slip away and take stock of the situation. 'Twould appear that much of the city is already under tight guard. It occurs to me that expanding the Brass Blade's authority may not have been such a wonderful idea after all.
The success of this plan was contingent upon those thugs having the run of the place. Just how long has this scheme been in motion?
The careful preparations, the maneuvering of forces. I am inclined to agree with the General's insistence that a deeper plot exists here.
So, would I be right in thinking we now have an excuse to pummel as many brass blades as we like?
Unless you plan on pummeling them all, I'm not sure that will greatly aid our cause.
The Sultana's assassination was but one part of the scheme. We too were its targets. And though we did not share Pornonimo's fate, we are yet hobbled by the charges laid at our door. Where now might we seek refuge?
We're running out of places to go. First the Waking Sands, then the Rising Stones. Where else can we find a home?
Where indeed, we may safely assume that our foe has thought to have the Rising Stones watched.
Forgive me for stating the obvious, but our choice of destination will matter little if we cannot secure an escape route out of Ul'dah. Happily, I believe I can provide one. Papashan once told me about the passages hidden in the walls of the palace. If I recall correctly, the fireplace in Animo's chambers conceals the entrance to a tunnel. It should lead outside the city and allow us to avoid any messy confrontations.
Well, how convenient that sounds. Yeah, the heart of the conspiracy.
You go on ahead. I'll handle this lot.
By yourself? I suppose I shall just have to join you.
Crystal Braves too, huh? Now this should be interesting.
Ida! Papalimo!
They're smart.
We will hold our pursuers here. Hurry, now! Find this tunnel of Thancred's.
Weren't they coming from the other side, though, as well?
Minfilia, we cannot linger.
Come on, the smirk tells you that they'll be okay. Where is he walking that's so dimly lit? Looks great, though. Maybe she was in on it.
Ah! Now look what you've done.
Well, now you can see, finally.
Ida, are you all right? There are just too many of them.
I'm fine. I could do this all day. How about you?
Nearing the end of my tether.
This is so stupid. We're the scions of the Seventh Dawn. The ones who stand between this realm and the evil that's trying to destroy it.
And if you think we'll leave the stewardship of Eorzea to the likes of your masters, then you're sorely mistaken.
Sorry I dragged you into this, Papalymo.
'Tis hardly the first time, and I'll be damned if it will be the last. Let them have it, Ida!
I was hoping you'd say that.
Well, now you're in trouble. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Her fists were fast as lightning. It looks like they brought upon the eruption of Yellowstone itself. Perhaps Krakatoa rock and rolla. Thought he was holding up a beer for a second.
I never knew such a watercourse existed beneath Uldar.
The architecture is of the Sildine style, if I'm not mistaken. The ancients plainly foresaw the need for a ready means of escape.
Who's ready for another geofront?
Well, that didn't take long. It seems these tunnels were not as secret as I'd hoped.
You two go on ahead. Thancred and I will deal with this.
What do you mean to do?
I can't be that lost as I was in the geofront.
Only that which is required to ensure that the dawn's light survive to brighten the morrow.
Fear not, antecedent. You haven't seen the last of these fair features.
My friends.
Leave us!
What is the plan, milady? Shall I take the dozen on the left and you the dozen on the right? The odds are not exactly stacked in our favor.
Numbers will count for little when I bring the tunnel down upon their heads. Though I cannot say I relish the thought of being entombed with you for all eternity.
You wound me. I will have you know that many a maid would kill for the chance to spend forever at my side. Now, may I have the last dance?
What class is she? I mean, it's easy to say that he's like a rogue or a ninja. Papilimo's like a black mage. I think Yida was a monk. He's a white mage.
Well, this is going splendidly. Now would be a good time, milady!
Conjure animation-wise.
'Tis done.
He took an arrow to the knee. Everyone celebrates Skyrim.
Forgive me, Mitra.
Farewell, Nymphilia.
Did she teleport them somewhere, or did she do something like...
Heidelin, she speaks to me. No. I must remain behind, but you cannot stay with me.
The arrow to the knee was before Skyrim? Was it Oblivion? I felt like the meme to the I took an arrow to the knee was from Skyrim. I could be wrong though.
Please, you must go on. You are the warrior of light. You are hope for the Scions.
If it's not Skyrim, it's Oblivion. But I'm fairly certain it was Skyrim.
As long as your flame continues to
Walking to some shitty guard at Whiterun or whatever it is.
You must escape and save Eorzea from...
Oh, the animation is pre-Skyrim. Yes.
'Tis the only way.
I guess they should be expecting the Bethesda checks to be coming in the mail. Microsoft can afford to pay them. But this is 2.0. So indeed, they copied Skyrim. God damn it.
I am glad to see you safe, my friend. What of the others?
I don't know the date as to when this was written, because this was patched before Heaven's Ward obviously came out, but obviously when this was patched, they had an idea of probably Heaven's Ward launch date would be my guess.
Damn that man! Taleji played me for a fool! I thought the Crystal Brave's mine till the very moment I felt
2015, according to the internet.
There will be ample time for soul-searching later. For now, we must put some arms between us and
Who's this guy?
Well, would you look who it is? Need a ride? I doubt it'll be half as exciting as the last trip we took. Not if I have anything to say about it anyway.
Look, Vermont, it's nice to see you again, my friend, but as long as there aren't any Moogles that are gonna be stealing my booze this time, I'm gonna be happy for it.
Let's not dawdle, eh? All aboard!
Let's not dawdle, eh? Oh, flaming pitchforks are coming for me. Unfortunately, I think once this probably wraps up with this cutscene, I'm gonna have to call it a stream. The wife isn't feeling too well and would like me to pick her up, so I'll have time to, I assume, finish this, but I won't be able to go on much more.
I was stocking up on supplies over in Vesper Bay, you see, when your sister come up and begged a favour. Said her brother was having some trouble down in Uldar and likely needed a helping hand getting away.
I don't think I'm gonna need that long, Dream Eaters.
Thinking them ruins would make a fine hiding place, I decided to try there first. And lo and behold, there you were. Aye, and judging by them soldiers as were pouring out of the city, I arrived not a moment too soon. Ha! Must have been fate that we happened to find you there, though, eh?
Do I really need another hour? I got a half hour tops, to be honest. Okay.
I had thought to look out for Alize, but would appear she was the one watching over me. I've made such a mess of things.
Dream Eaters is European. Maybe he has a whole other stake of how time works.
And who might you be, young sir?
Pippin Taropin, Vice Marshal of the Immortal Flames.
Pippin!
I had been on the Alamegan front these past few moons, but an urgent communication called me back to Uldar. Scarce had my boots touched the cobbles, though, when the streets erupted with cries of assassination. I immediately went in search of answers, and came across Master Alfino here. Needless to say, I did not think his imprisonment justified.
I'm not discriminating this Lalafell. This Lalafell has some glorious Mel Gibson lethal weapon hair.
The blame plainly lies with the Monetarists. Their greed and corruption are well known to me, but for them to take advantage of the situation with such alacrity...
Was that Pippin, you said? Ain't that the name of General Alden's lad?
Yes, I am his son. Adopted, of course. 'Twas only as we were leaving Uldar that
I'm assuming the general is not a Lalafell then? If he said adopted, of course.
Once I have seen you a safe distance away, I mean to return to the city and extricate him from this madness.
Oh, this is, he was referring to Raban's, this is Raban's adopted son?
Then you needn't travel no further than Blackbrush.
Okay.
Relatives have a friend waiting for him there.
I dreamed of bringing about Eorzea's salvation. But in the end, 'twas I who needed saving.
Well, them soldiers will keep searching for a while yet. Reckon we'll take the carriage back towards Ulda and get the lay of the land. Maybe provide a distraction if need be. You three wait here. Up along shortly. Stay strong, friends. The real fight's to come. All right, let's go. Did you take me to Black Brush? Guess so. Alright, well, without fear of starting up something new for the next, like half an hour or so, I am going to take every opportunity to take the break while needed. And a break as well. I want to see the playtime. What did I say? A lot longer than I would have thought. 7 days, 7 hours, and 37 minutes. It would have been great if it would have been 7 hours, 7 days, and 7 minutes. But, yeah, that was, I apologize. Everyone's just taking a look at a chocobo's ass there. I will be back tomorrow. Baldur's Gate 3 is on the docket. And then, I have to assume it'll be for the next week. I'm looking at Monday. Fuck. Next week's gonna be shitty, unfortunately. I got some training and then some day shifts, so it's looking like probably Monday, Friday for streaming. We go from having a good week to a shitty week, but goddamn work gets in the way again sometimes. Maybe if I can find a stream on the weekend, I don't know, but yeah. So for that, thank you folks. As Kenny Omega says, time for me to bounce out and say goodbye and good night. Ayaya, indeed. Peace. I shall see you tomorrow, folks, for Baldur's Gate 3 and sex. Probably. See you later, folks. Bye-bye.